What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. Today, I am going to be doing, a somewhat of a compilation, man. Don't be a nice guy compilation, alright? This is gonna be for all those guys that was brought up and taught that women were sugar and spice and everything nice is like what they like to say all the time. If you were brought up by like myself, you know what I mean, you probably grew up in a two-family household, which is what you want, but my dad was not what you would consider alpha, so to speak. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it, alright?
I mean, that's just what we were here to do. And so what women do is they claim to want a man that's going to listen to them and be there for them, and someone they can talk to, and someone that listens and actually understands them, but yet they turn around and they want to go have sex with the alpha male, or they seek attention from the alpha males. So that is one of the reasons women do that. But what men need to learn is good guys out there, because I've heard a lot of good guys, comment, I'm a good guy, I work hard, I'm a decent man, and I can't get a good woman or a really attractive woman that actually wants to stay with me. I get screwed over. Why is that? Well, what you need to learn is you need to learn how to you need to make women think you don't need them. Women know that you need them for sex. You need to make them think you don't. You need to learn how to say no. When you put a period after no, it becomes a complete sentence. Don't say no, but, and try to explain yourself. No. Learn how to stand up for yourself, be more stern and dominant. Women respond to dominance. Women try to talk all that shit, equality, gender equality, we're equal. We're not equal. Women seek out alphas that are dominant. Women will get a good guy that listens to them and does all those things that women claim to want, right? And then they'll turn around and cheat on that guy, or leave and dump that guy for a man that's gonna ignore them for several days and contact them at 11 o'clock at night talking about, what's up? What are you doing? You want to come over? They will leave a good guy for a man that will talk to them like, bitch, let me tap that ass. They will leave a good guy or cheat on a good guy for a guy that will, never hold doors for them, never take them out, never treat them like a lady, never listen to them, never commit to them. Just use and abuse them. Just contact them when they want sex, ignore them, take 3 hours to answer their text messages. The females will text the male, hey, what are you doing? I miss you. And the alpha will take like 2 days to answer them. What's up? It's 11 o'clock. Can I come over? That's what women do. And men that are good guys, that are not like these alphas, you need to learn how to be more dominant and stand up for yourself and act like you don't need these women, and then the women will respond.
Yep, and she is 100% right. When I discovered this space, and I say this often on my channel, man, you gotta learn to master the art of not giving up. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to cuss on here because these videos that I review already got cussing in it themselves, so trying to do whatever I can to not screw up the algorithm too much. But yeah, man, she's 100% right, because I was definitely that guy. I had a hard time saying no because I was always putting the woman first before me, but one thing that I noticed is that women seem to respond better to men that put themselves first. which is so weird because women say they want these nice guy qualities, but they don't respond to them the way that you would want them to. And I think that's one of the reasons why women are getting upset at this space, because men are revealing this to other men in mass, and women don't like this because it's an ugly truth that they really don't want men to know. And the more men that know this, the less leverage women have.
Why are women obsessed with bad boys? Why don't we like nice boys? So, a relationship is a combination of masculine and feminine energy. Nice boys just don't have a backbone. They'll just say yes to everything. They have no clear boundaries. They don't have confidence. Which then means, as a woman, it's up to you to be the masculine one. To have a perfectly harmonious relationship, you need a balance of masculine and feminine energy. So as women, when we're expected to be the more masculine one in the relationship, that's where we can't function. That's why we tend to fall for the bad boys. They tend to be more courageous, more fearless. They'll protect you, you feel safe, they'll provide for you. It doesn't matter whether he's got mommy issues, or he's emotionally unavailable, or he's like really toxic.
And there you have it. I mean, as I go through these, man, because I got about 3 or 4 more videos, like clips of videos that I want to go through, man. You're gonna start seeing a common theme amongst all of these, and I just hope that you know what I mean, whoever's watching this, man, pay close attention. You're gonna see a common theme, and this right here, man, this is a guy that I started watching a lot when I first discovered this space, Coach Red Pill.
Attention whoring of these women. Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll take advantage of him. And it's a sad state of affairs, but it's the way of human beings, yeah? It's the way of human beings, and it's always been like that. Women, especially damaged women, especially women who are narcissists, i.e. attention whores, yeah, they're gonna go for a guy who is going to give in to their demands, who's going to give them all of his attention. He's going to, who is going to be there for her all the time. Yeah, because that's what these women want. They want a guy who's their slave. And of course, nice guys are the ones who are damaged and ruined and destroyed by these women. Yeah, not assholes like me. Assholes like me? Yeah, you know, when a woman gets uppity, when she becomes too demanding, we're like, next. And the women know this, see? The women, the narcissists, the attention whores, the women who are severely damaged and who need all of this attention from a guy, they're not gonna come to a guy like me because they can smell from a mile away that I'm not gonna put up with their shit, see? And that's the thing about nice guys. They put up with their shit. They keep on putting up with their shit, and they come back for seconds, for crying out loud. And see these guys, decent guys, I mean, like this Thomas fellow, right? Decent guys. But they get fucked over. They get fucked over, and they don't have it in them to be the asshole. They don't have it in them to frankly, to stick up for themselves. And here's the thing, see, the nice guy tends to think arrogantly that he can take it. He can, you know, he can take it, he can do whatever is necessary to make the relationship work. God damn it, yes, I'm gonna make this relationship work. And what happens is that, see, the woman is like a fucking black hole in terms of his emotions, his money, his time, his attention, everything. She just sucks it all away. And they might be great in the sack. Sure, they're gonna have, you know, at least some fucking fringe benefit from a crazy chick, right? But yeah, they'll be good in the sack, but in every other aspect of a guy's life, they're gonna be fucking disasters.
Yeah, he pretty much just summed up my last serious relationship. I mean, for the most part, she was just something to look at, and, you know, something to have sex with, and everything else was a mess. Like, she drained me in every way possible, especially financially, mentally, and emotionally. Like, that situation was rock bottom for me, because it got so bad that I almost fell out with my parents, because I probably mentioned this in the video itself. I almost fell out with my parents trying to put her first. Yeah, man. That's what happens when you get raised to be the nice guy. You think you're doing things the right way, and when in reality, you learn as you become a man that ain't the way it really works.
One of the main reasons nice guys get frustrated and eventually become players is because they're operating with a 1940s mindset when it comes to dealing with women, and a 1940s playbook. They see their families with traditional values that they grew up with, they see their grandparents, and they think, oh my God, that can apply to my situation nowadays with women. When women are now more liberated and they have more opportunities than ever before, they're making more money, so you need to adjust your mindset as a nice guy and realize, I can't be doing the same things that my grandparents and my parents did. With the evolution of dating apps and all of these other things, women have an exposure to all types of men, and any men that they want. They can categorize it down, they can filter out who they don't want, and there's an abundance of options. And men that are nice guys get so frustrated because they're living with that idea of why aren't women like how they used to be, in that traditionalist mindset that has long been dead. And that was one of the main things that really frustrated me when I first entered this space, because I grew up wanting that and seeing that in the church. Even though I came from a single parent household, I still idealized that because I saw it with my grandparents. Or let's say, for example, that nice guy didn't grow up with traditional parents, and instead he grew up maybe with a single mother. Well, that single mother probably heavily influenced the way he is now and the way he is a nice guy. All right, she's telling him women are sugar and spice and everything nice. Don't be like your father. This is what he did wrong. She's going to raise that nice guy, her son, as, you know, an exemplary model of what a man should be, in her opinion. It's not really a man, it's a simp, it's a nice guy. And this really is going to mess with this kid later on, as we'll talk about, and leading him to become a player and on the other side of the extreme, all right? Because he's instilled with this nice guy attitude and these behaviors of being a nice guy and being a gentleman and being chivalrous by his single mother. So we're not excluding those that were raised by single mothers. We got the traditional and the single mothers. That's why you see it in both. You see so many of these nice guys because it's operating from both playing fields, the traditional family and then the single mothers. And these nice guys that are raised by single mothers, they're going to be extremely emotional in their fields. They're operating like their single mother in that feminine emotional mindset because that is what they're used to. Next on the list.
He's 100% right, man. I actually thought about doing a video on this, just kind of like based on my logic, because I've always had a bit of a theory that that kind of feminine behavior that comes from men, I think that generates, he's 100% correct. I think it generates from guys like myself who grew up being raised by parents who grew up pre-feminism movement. You know what I mean? Like, cause let's see, my dad was born in 47, my mom was born in 55. You know, the feminist movement and, you know, all those things that changed the game, that didn't hit till the 60s. So you got to think my parents were pretty much in their teens and grown, but by the time that stuff started popping off. So that right there kind of gives you a bit of a perspective on why I was raised the way I was and how I ended up where I'm at now. So the way my parents were brought up, you know, they were brought up in a time where, you know, the marriage rate was still relatively high in the black community. God knows how long my mom. I think my parents been married for like 40 years or something like that now. It's something crazy, but yeah. And that's a big part of the reason why I ended up how I ended up, because of the way they were brought up during that time. So the way they brought me up, they came from that 1940s mindset. My dad was born in 47. You know what I mean? That right there tells you everything you need to know. You know what I mean? By the time the FNS movement hit, my dad was damn near grown, or he was grown. So, I mean, if it was 1965, that means my dad would have been 18. So, I mean, 17 or 18. So that right there tells you everything you need to know, man. So that's why millennials, such as myself, we are struggling the most. And to some degree, I think the Gen Zs are the ones that behind us. That's why there's such a struggle, because, you know, quite a bit of us are still have this 1940s mindset, especially the guys. The women are more up to par than men, but that's primarily because women are more social than men. You know, women are more into people, men are more into things. And women are always more influenced by the culture more so than men. So yeah. That's why when you ever notice trends, it always seems like men are like a step behind. Alright, I'm gonna do this last clip, man. I'm gonna end it here. That last one was Lonnie Spence show, man. Go check his content out too. He's pretty dope. This right here is Poor Man Podcast, man. I love his content as well. And this was about some chick who had a beta male orbiter, and I thought this story that she told was interesting.
Getting back to how we had sex. So he's been a friend of mine in the friend zone for, I would have to say, at least a year. Anyway, we go out to a club, he and I mean, we had a ball because we ran into my friends. So we had a ball, and I mean, we had a good time. Now, this is my friends, not knowing that Charles was submissive, was pleasing, over-pleasing. He catered to everything I wanted. You know, although he was attractive and he had a nice body, I just didn't respect him as a person, you know, as a man, not a person. As a man, I didn't respect him. But my female friends did not know this. They just see a nice package there. And they kept asking me, hey, you getting with him? What's up with you and Charles? I'm like, no, he's just a friend. Girl, no. And they couldn't understand, like, you have not banged this guy? So they were like, okay, we gonna go for it. I'm like, girl, do it. He wouldn't. Out of loyalty for me, a woman he was never gonna get a chance with, well, until then, he was so loyal that he turned down my friends, and two of my friends were way better looking and attractive, better body than I had at that time. And he turned them down, and it made them mad. And it was like, I can't believe you got that boy hooked like that. And for some reason,
if you want to eat healthy and feel your best, you gotta try CASHAPP. CASHAPP is the world.
My mentality at that time just turned me on. I was like, oh my God, you turned down My best friend, one of my best friends, but two of them, who are perfect 10s. I'm serious. They were perfect 10s. These women were gorgeous. They had all kinds of popular guys going after them on the campus compound. And I was so turned on with that. I had sex with him as a reward because, you know, he elevated me in my woman's circle because he turned down my female friends that no man would normally turn down.
Look at how she's looking at things. It's so calculated. All right, let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. I'm not the guy, all right? I'm not trying to be that guy, but she's not exactly a looker.
Thank you.
All right, and from the looks of it, she still doesn't have no ring on that finger. That's why she keeps trying to lay out disclaimers. This was me in my college days. All right, I'm different now because you're putting this out there to the world and you don't want other guys to start running away for the hills like they already are because you're probably close to 30. You're probably there. You're close to the wall, if not over it or running through it at the moment. So you're telling the story to uplift yourself, to say you've had options, this and this and that, but we know the truth. All right, you're this is a beacon call. All right, this is I'm the baddest one out. I can still do this and this and that. All right, she treated this guy horribly. A guy that will do anything for you and is loyal and is attractive, said by the horse's mouth, said by her. She said he's attractive. That's what she said. All right, but it's still not enough, guys. It's not enough if you let people walk over you. Nobody, no woman, and I have to talk to men because of course some women are bad. There's just bad behavior out there. We can talk about that all day, but what we have to do is start relying on self-accountability. The only thing you can do is take self-accountability so you stop being a victim to everything else that is going on around you, because there will always be bad things going on around you. Take the self-accountability and reflect on the situation. Say, what could I have done different? Maybe I shouldn't have gave her everything she wanted. Maybe I should have did something with the friend. All right? Because that's where it takes you. Because he's allowing this woman to walk over him and she loses respect for him. No woman wants a man that she can walk over, regardless of what they say. None of them. 0 out of 10. Well, obviously, the ones that are super uber powerful and they want to be very masculine, those women do actually enjoy the very weak men, so they can become the men in the household and then, you know, walk over them and say, I'm a powerful woman, this and this and that, because they have a beta husband and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, any woman that's feminine, they don't want no man that they can walk over. Because what do they need him for? Other than what he can provide. There's no point in giving him the sex.
Exactly.
Let's continue the video.
Facts. There you have it. Yeah, man. So the common thing that I wanted people to notice is, in order for you to see any kind of change, you're gonna have to learn the art of not giving a you know what. You're gonna have to learn how to say no. And in a nutshell, you're just gonna have to grow a backbone and learn how to stand up for yourself. Because women are they're gonna test you. They're gonna see where your head at. They're gonna see where your mental is at. Women want to see what can they get away with. What is this man's boundaries? Because they're not gonna ask you what your boundaries are. They're just gonna test them. So you gotta you gotta be like an offensive lineman, keeping your head on a swivel, man, seeing what blitzes is coming. They're gonna try to disguise it. You know what I mean? But you're going to have to keep your head on a swivel and be ready to punch and block. You know, I had to do a little football analogy for y'all. But yeah, that was just a common theme that I wanted the people to really notice, man, because that was the biggest change for me, and it's been the biggest difference in my success as far as, you know, just having better experiences in dating. And just, you know, keeping myself from, you know, getting finessed. All right. I'd like to know what y'all guys think. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. And again, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Catch you in the next video. Deuces.